다니바 니쇼로가 니슈정이 받으래도
나도
뭐야 다니바 뭐 딱바다 템버 트베큐스 뭐 남테네 딱바다 템버 매발이야 템버 트네 아니 딱바 유 템버 유세 근데 트고 베큐스 카레스 거라 오 대규디 셰그도 대다른 거 남 랑신 유튜브 총세게 매나스 거라 뭐 랑신 유튜브 총세게 요 말을 때려야 매나야 아니 거와 대다게 강게 대바데 가르 뭐랑 신기 여바를 뭐 딱바래 했었네 교생 가르라 때네 네고 여바 켈링 겨래 여바 삼 겨래 세나서 거라 대바 강게 랑데 뭐 여바 또 지나서 거라 근데 어디 교생 개요 말해서 거라 대바 강야 매매게스 태줍지를 봐 뭐랑은 여바다 딱고 임베 교생 양다 강야 요 말해서 거라 매나야 고 샤숨 네베 나두나서 샤숨 괜히 샤숨 nengen시나 닝나두나 여바더니 치두나 여바다 여바를 켈레 그 냠내는 뭐부 딱바다 템바투바 켈린 게 어레스 셰도와 디 근데 딱바다 템바투바 요마레 셰고랑 이슈상이 바티게 되지라 담보
Now we're on the 22nd verse of the 14th chapter, and it's number 347 in this translation. It's showing the cause for mistaking functional things as permanent and truly existent. So the question arises, if things therefore do not have the slightest inherent existence, for what reason do those opponents hold that they are truly existent, are inherently existent? So the reply is, as given in the commentary, is, though there is no valid reason, in the case of a thing which lasts 3 days, they feel compelled to assert that whatever existed before must exist later. And so then it's based on this, then they see things as what do you say, permanent or static, and then
they see things as permanently static.
Permanent and static.
Please don't mumble.
They see things as permanent and static, and then it's from that, then they have this idea of truly existent.
Oh yeah, that's all the chitara kyunla tanyena takba yechi char gyurwaase tishin chola tanyena ngobo yechi chawaran gyursigdwa tende ni takba mebala takba da tembare rangune mebala rangune yebar tawa de karijan yongorasena chitara kyunla tanyena gyun se de ko chikchi gyurma banga jindu syone gyun de liya tadang de mandine norne sigora tadang niba de tadang norne sigora chidar gyun la tadang nene sigora gyun la tangene ngobo takbar yeche chawaran gyurwa sigora chidar gyun la tangene takbar yeche chawaran gyurwa sede kare sene ko ngobo chik medon de chik sharne nima sumnegi yona nima sumnegi yona oni ko medo de tambo shane che nima sum de son dawajik de son asam tambo kenge de ko medo sha de de nima nga truji pa tebe tegin do samje ni ko takbar zimbade yungo rese ora ngone chini ko medo tambo kebe de niba de mara niba sumba de sumba shiba de mara keje re ne ko ya ke ora ma de ko ngama de niba ka de mara keje tambo niba de yo mara de ina ko de do sam ngadu yungwa bude chidu nando chidu yungwa bude ngene yosam taban zimbati yungwa resi wara ki gyun dili ya tadan nora resi wara na chidara gyun la tangi ne takba yochi changiru wasa dila sikan tangbu niti tanda
so it's asking the question of why do we then see functional things or composite phenomena as being, or compounded phenomena. Composite is used a little differently here, so compounded phenomena as being permanent or static and truly existent. And so the verse then reads, when the continuum is misapprehended, things are said to be permanent. So it's a question of not apprehending the continuum just as it actually is. Instead, say for instance, if we take a flower, and we see a flower bloom, and then remain for, it seems that it then remains for like a week or a few days or a month, however long, and so then we think that the flower that exists today is the same as existed yesterday, and the flower that existed yesterday is the one that's continuing, and the one that's still there today. But in fact, this is a misapprehension. It's we've made a mistake, because the instant a flower is blooms, the instant a flower blooms, then that on the second moment, it's already starting to disintegrate. It goes through changes from moment to moment, and then in that what do you say? Its continuation of doing that is what's being referred to as a continuum here.
Oh, tino shingarazo. Jodi ngemane yora. Oh, nga ngemane yosam gora. Tata susuti ngemane yosam gora. Oh, nga ngemane yo tanda debado yosam gora. Tanda nga de ngemane yo, ngeme nga de tanda yomane sam gora. Di yomara tanda mi kengo de drakabu Geshe de ngema lo ngapchu tukchu ngeli yomara. Lo ngapchu tukchu ngeli yobe sosu puchunju di tanda yomara. De yona ngapchu gyudi 방아지 대상 항에만에 단다 sanyi 대그리 나니 대그리 삼기도와 어디 균들이야고 그렇게 주고 사바 레기요 마도 냐면 요베 단다 대기요 마라 나마데 시도 니바 레고라 로한도 비시나 코데 다기니 쇼 다기니 파르 단다 대도 단다 바 도데 바도 대베나고 녜리 요베 요데 단다 요 마라 단다 요베 요베 녜리 요 마라 티 요네니 론도 손도 마라 피니 로마부 두야르 두 마라 자코 대데 오디 니마직 대소아스 드레세 니마직 대 마리 담부 땡게 니바 요 마리 니바 땡게 담부 요 마리 코나 케지 요데 요라 어디 균디 잡고 주산 텐두스테드 어 땡게 마트 단데 데스탄데 땡게네 요 삼게 요라 균리 따당게네 당시 땡 거래서 그래
So it's a question of us looking at the continuum, and then having a feeling of permanence, or what do you say, an apprehension of it being static. For instance, when I this old person now. We think back and think, well, it's that I have this concept that I'm still the same person as I was before, but in fact, if I look at it, that I'm very much different from the person I was when I was in my 50s, and the person I was in my 50s is very different from the very young person I was in my youth. So but, well, then there's another good example of electricity. We can leave the light on for a day, and it seems that the electricity is static. It's just it never has changed. In fact, it has changed from moment to moment. If it was just the same electricity, then we'd never, our bill would stay the same. We would have just a very small bill, but that's not the case. That from the moment that the electric light is turned on, the electricity is in a continuum that's changing from one moment to the next, and in a constant state of flux. We don't see it that way. We look at the continuum and feel that there's no change there, that it's static, that it's permanent, or whatever, different ways of saying it, but nowadays we use the word permanent. And so it's really a question of that our conception of permanence comes just by how we are looking at the continuum.
Ngama yoba de tanda yo mare tanda yoba de ngama yo mare sigora o ngama tanda de ngama yo ne tabare ndora denje ba nga du jingo boda chi du jingo boda chi gresam de ngene yo de tanda de sha samna dangji sigora o de yo mare
so this idea of that what exists before does not what exists in the previous moment does not exist in the present moment, is the idea of impermanence. But the idea or the conception of permanence is that what existed in the previous moment exists in the present moment. So that even just to have an idea of it being the same from one moment to the next is a conception of permanence or staticness.
Yeah. And which chidar kyunle tangena takba yochi chagurwa said sigdwa. Geshinga ji parsumla tane shagbe se chidar kyunle tangena ngobu takba yochi chagurwa tinti bachara. Tangiba de tishin chola tangeba ngobu yochi chawar gyur sigdwa. 오 대신 촉발을 따니나 아니 템뱅어보 요지 자원 교로세 강반없이는 강배 고다 개공다 직바다 신망부 여러 자르저 망부 여러 봐오 대수 강가르르르네 강바 말에 대이나 대수 강가 초소나 아니 강바세게지 봐 좁고여라 강바 좁고여도 오다 강바데 유랑원에 좁고도 삼제 강바세데 랑원에 여버지 좁고도 삼제고 다다니에는 강바 랑원에 좁아지면서 연구하래서 거라 양라로 좀 망보체 레레레네데 고쪽고요 말이나 공주야 소두사 자와쟁게 쪽 연구하라니 강바 쪽도 강사들 랑원에 도삼 어딘데 속발라 다다니에는 ene soba chen de rangone tuba zimbe zimbe yongyo re songora 대신 소라 땅에는 뭐 요지 자원은 요르스 덴바 주변 뭐 요지 자원 요 rangone 주변 뭐 요지 자원 다른 요르고 re songora
and then so I'm not sure if I was clear about that. The first two lines of the verse say, when the continuum is misapprehended, things are said to be permanent. Now, similarly, the next two lines read, similarly, when composites are misapprehended, things are said to exist. And so when, take a house, for instance, you have all the doors and the roof and so forth. When those are, each of those different components of the house are not the house. yet when those are all assembled together, and when they come together, then we say house, and then at the time that that we say that, then we also see the house as existing from its own side, having its own essential existence, and then the same thing happens with the person. The person, we have all the different, the five aggregates, and none of those is the person when taken. Each of those is not the person, but when they come together, then we say that there's a person there. And we feel that the person exists there from his or her own side.
Oh yeah, then you saw. Yeah, then you was. Oh yeah, that's all what the Junjo Mishibala Tene, and it's Samantha Dungi, Jesu Jame, Ngobamawa, and Nangbate Solaya, and it's Chiribe, Labanashi, Chiribe, Cheson Juba, Ngobo, and Rangone Tuba, said, oh, Tinashi, and your Garsora. Oh, Ngobo Takwa. Kechi in Jurkamara Tambuche, Tenene, Tenichema in Jurgere, Kechi in Jurkamara Sano. Oh, Tetina Sheni, you rang when you to buy your sand, what in the Kalim by Yungu to Osungura. Yeah.
The verse then, the commentary says, though there is no valid reason in the case of a thing which lasts 3 days, they feel compelled to assert that whatever existed before must exist later. Functional things are said to be permanent when the continuum which is posited through imputation upon former, intermediate, and later moments is misapprehended, whether it's by Buddhist or non-Buddhist systems. They misapprehended in this way.
Yeah, Mitchell. Sumba temi drube rigba tuidi temba sigora shologa ni shutsak sumba dira temba meba drube tangma dili temba meba tongba ni mangbo tuswa sokba re ma re se tene di re se je takje chene mangbo che drube ta tezu kanga tenda su tuishan ka re su de ko ngobo kande chi ne ko chashe mangbo la tenjen del ne ane ko lo takba sambo shagor ma do o chashe la tene lo pa takba samma imba chashe tezu nangne ta tele shendu chi yena Kagi in Bass Diribaso Taxation Ragiomara. What he made is that Rangun Medoa Sutrova. What is it to it and that can go to Dushana? Tangent Reverend Juma Re, Tesonza, Tangent Reverend Juma and Wobachilla, Rangun Truba, Rawando Truba, the young Mares, Titukiva Resita, Yisholuka, Nishu somebody. Oh, what they made to be but soon door to the tangy or res. Kiji level.
Sorry, I missed one part here. Similarly, when the composite is misapprehended, it is said that there are truly existent functional things. So here, in the next verse, 23 or 348, is briefly showing the reasoning that establishes absence of true existence, absence of inherent existence. Here, this chapter is examined how things exist, analyzing whether there is something that exists essentially from within the composite and so forth, and but there is. Then there is by refuting then that there is anything that comes from its own, from the side of the object. There's nothing that comes from the side of the object, and then that leaves that all the different components of the composite come together. Each one is not the thing itself, and then we impute based on that the object, and that's it's dependent arising, and so here in this next verse, then it's establishing how things are in a short way, how things are dependent arising, exist as dependent arising.
Oh yeah, 당고 랑원에 예발 마왕고 마도 저거 괜찮고요. 엄마 된줄 괜찮고요. 오 게데 고자 뭐부터 따와 친구로 이나세. 게데 가서 그 뭐부 랑원에 예세 따와데 친구로 또 따와 이나세고라. 이 뭐부 캐멜렘바르 베스고라. 그런 거 뭐부 캐링기오 말와서고라. 뭐부 캐멜렘베스. 뭐부 매번 마왕고 그런 뭐부 매세. 가와 매 뿜바 매 담에 수매 강사 매세 강감 매생게 되래도 와서고라. 매번 바른 줄라. 정말 매서는 되게 도와대니 미래데 무슨도 통하다 퇴바다 대주단 계획도 와서고라. 무슨게 있더니 통하다 마통화 계획실세. 그 미래데 되니 무슨도 아주 통고도 와서. 되더니 Geshe Yobata, Geshe Mabata, 어떤데 통화에 도왔더니 여바던데 무슨도 통고도 대단 개화래세. 개화이노 셴하세. 수츠바 주고라. 지지랍다.
So the essentialist has been being refuted throughout this chapter, and now the essentialist is saying, well, even if our view that things exist were wrong, your view is that you consequentialists or followers of the Prasangika, your view is that things do not exist, since you do not accept functional things. Here, they're thinking about how, like in the teachings are often say that, like, the person doesn't exist, sounds don't, what do you say, sounds don't exist, visible things don't exist, they just negate functional things like that. So then, then the essentialist said it is unreasonable because it contradicts both what is seen and unseen. It's very clear to us that we can see that things exist, and so then, how can this be reasonable?
Oh yeah, 다 강다르그 결혼하고 상만 매스기어로 와서거라. 매버따wan 죽으려서나 오가 매버따와데 görgüresina 매버따wan görgüretir 되게 말해서 가려서나 무슨도 통되기도 와서 뭐 보간가. 무슨도 통이여 버대다 아니 매세 마통하니 보된 겨와라 봐서거라. 어디선데 그런 매스는 되게 말은 무슨도 통되기도 여세 그래서 연애니 랑문에 여버는 가다 가서도 집어러 와서거라.
So they say you Prasangika are nihilists. You're saying that what is obviously obvious to our perception that things exist, then you're saying that they don't exist. That's completely unreasonable. Furthermore, if you, according to our, you really have to accord with the way we see things, that things exist from their own side. They have their own essential existence.
Oh yeah. Tedil palen jabgora. Util len jabza ko jangobo mebana ma mainsira. Ngobo kanga mes labu mes gora. Kares ngobo kanga tenjin debran juma. 마음이 가지고 뭐 강가 땡진 레버리 좋아래세 랑원에 매바래 세겨마도 뭐 매세겨 말해서거라 고정을 뭐 매버 말해 랑원에 매세겨마도 뭐 매세겨 말해 가래서나 땡진 세겨래세 땡진 레버리 좋아마 망불 땡진 레니 자와체토 그래세 랑원에 자와친게지 요 말해세 딜하고 그래서거라 고정을 뭐 매바 말해서는 마인데 땡진 레버리 좋아마 임비치로세
Then the response to this from the followers of the Prasangika that we make no claim that things do not exist. What we are saying is that things don't exist from their own side. They don't have an essential existence. And we are proponents that they are dependent arising, dependent on many different causes and conditions and parts and so forth. Things come into existence, and then therefore we're saying that when they as they are dependent arisings, then they can function. We're not saying that they completely don't exist.
뭐 템버 마와 시컴스나 그런 매바 마와 마이나는 뭐 템버 여바 마기 위해서는 어디야 많이 제라 가르상가 땡진 레버리 좀 마와이스 땡진 레버리 좀 손자 템버 요 마랑은 요 마레서 그라 오 매버에서 매바 마르 땡진 레버리 좀 손자 요 아레서 그라
Do you assert that things are truly existent? It's sort of like, well, they're saying, okay, I understand that you're not nihilist, but then do you assert that things are truly existent? And the other extreme, right? And so then they say, no, because we are proponents of dependent arising. Because things are dependent arising, then we say that things do not completely not exist. Because things are dependent arising, then we say that things do not exist truly or from their own side.
That's right. Oh yeah, don't know. Don't te 가르쳐 그랬으나 뭐 매바 마마에 돼 텐제 마와예세 뭐 템버 예바 마마에 돼 텐제 레번 조 마와예세 돈다 가르쳐나 시거라 대든 지시나 주마다 미교소 신도랑 신기 주베 동신도 제부께 내 봐오세 주마다 미교 봐 네 멜로나 제신기 송녀를 속바신도 나와신도 고 템버 예바 말에 이나 고 텐진 레번 조 속발을 때네 제부께 자와 제톱고 와래서 거라 미규디 추르요 말에 그 미규진베 셰바게에 자와치 두고요래 다가나시 규마데 규메베메데 베명원에게 말에 이나고 진진베 셰바게니 규마게 베메진베 셰바게니 텔 트리벌로 소바 어떤데 게에 자와치 두고도 와서고라 되나시 고 나오는 시 넘버 매나야 전에 되게 땡진 레버리 좋아선도 자와치는 여기요사 어디 던다 때려서라 땡진 레버리 좋아 마와이나 랑원에 요 말을 땡진 레버리 좋아이나 마와이나 매바 말을셔야 어디 레서라 야
What does that mean to be a proponent of dependent arising? Basically, they're saying that by being a proponent of dependent arising, then things don't completely not exist, and then because of being dependent arising, then things what do you say? lack any inherent or intrinsic existence. So then, what does it mean? It means that the essential is saying, what does this mean? And it means that while things are empty of inherent existence, they are like magical, magician's illusions or magical creations and mirages that although they're false, their appearance is false. There's no real water there. There's no actual magically created dancing woman. Then, that false appearance, that's a false appearance, but still the mind engages and thinks there's water there, for instance. And so that what that means is that still, although things lack any inherent existence or intrinsic existence or existence from their own side, they still can produce effects that things still function. And
다 쇼로가 니스토스um 디 던다 디 셰사라 디 던다 디 셰고는데 양자 강라 땐데 종여바 땐데 라마 민주로스기도 오 덴데 레스고라 던다 땅마셰 던다 데르스 또바 강라 땐데 종시 여바 니바 덴네세 강라 차시 닥시다 차셰다 규단 깽레 땐네 아니 그거라 강라 때는 중시 여바 니바 때네 라와도 여바 니바 민주르세 라와도 여바데 제나 라와도 여바지 니가 말해서 거라 강라 때인데 중 여바 때네 라와 민주로세 가르세 샹라 떠진 될니 주디 샹라 떠진 될니 용거마도 라와전이 용거 말와 샹기 왕거 용거라 근데 라와도 용거 말해서 거라 제손전 디고 라와 매바데 되나 다는 여마인세 춘대자 상마 탐제 대소라 다다 다마이 베철라 속바 수제들을 잘라 속바 춘대 꾸스고라 라와베 둘루디 요 마레스 코네 네다데 라와도 전에 네요 마레스고라 라와베 둘루서 메바데세 대선자고 강사이나 라와베 둘루도메 최강이나 라와베 둘루도메세 최기 다음에 강사게 다음에스 여바마이스 디톤다 레스고라 디군 라마메가 때나 단디가 마이스 야 딜로
so the commentary has already set forth the meaning of this particular verse, verse 23. But here, the verse 23 says that anything that has dependent arising is not independent. All these are not independent. Therefore, there is no self. So, any dependent thing, maybe we can say, which is found to arise and exist dependently, is not found to exist independently. It arises independent upon an aggregation of causes and conditions or different parts coming together, and then based on that, it comes into existence. So it can't exist, independently or under its own power. It depends on something else. So all these phenomena lack an independent mode of existence, and thus there is no self of persons or phenomena. The person and the aggregates do not exist inherently because they arise dependently.
tunda karsu de kansa de tenjin reban chungare te sonsa ramwe kansa ta mebare ramwe kansa ta mebare kansa ta mesgara o kansa mai bechu sugda de chalo sobote zoya tenjin reban chungare be ramwe suye ba mare ramwe traye ba mare ste mebate ya chogi ta mesgara ese o cheza kansa de chogi ta kan ya ba ma yesgara.
So as there's no, what's being said here is that as there's no independent, what to say, as the self arises in dependence upon various factors that are its basis of imputation, then there is no independent self. There is no independent self. And therefore we say that we say selflessness or the lack of or no self. And then as phenomena also come into existence in dependence upon various causes and conditions and factors and parts coming together, then we say that there is no self of phenomena.
뭐야 다들이 내는 야고 엄마 땡겨로 봐 엄마 땡겨로 간사 랑원에 매바들 간사 다메스 간사 많이 배치 수다도 잘 서버 랑원에 매바들 최기 다메스 거라 자 간사 다메 땡겨 팀모 많이 배 간사 다메스나 간사 랑원도 매바 랑원에 매바 랑시기 매바들 간사 다메스 거라 최디저 랑원에 매바들 최기 다메스 거라 티 땡겨 팀모 많이 배 간사 다메스 거라 어디야 팀모에 간사 다메스도 지나 낭바 상마게 딱지 랑완쟁이 다메스 치료바 딱지 랑완쟁이 다 요새라 딱지 랑완쟁이 다 매바데 낭베트다 마 상매 켈링 거라 결로 팀모에 간사 다메를 락바레데 팀모에 간사 다메스 티나시야 간사 랑게트베 체스 매바스라 티텔레 토스 타와레 랑게트베 체스 매스데 간사데 무엇송도 풍부송을 마드베체 간사 짱짱지 문지체 요마르와 어때서 간사랑 게트베 제게 제소메 버텔라 간사가 다메스 띵이도 투모에 간사 다메스 세우라 단디 간사랑은 메바 간사 다메스데 땡교에 투모 마이베 간사 다메스 간사 다메들라 타라럽시 니샤우라 투모에 간사 다메 땡교 투모 마이베 간사 다메스 니샤우라 뒤질렀나
here, this presentation by the Prasangika is on selflessness of person and selflessness of phenomena. Is that the person a lack of a person existing from its own side is called the selflessness of persons, and then the lack of phenomena is existing from their own side is the selflessness of phenomena. Now that's sort of what he said, the uncommon way of presenting selflessness from and it's exclusive. You can say exclusive to the Prasangika. Then the one that's sort of there are two views that are more, a common presentation of the selflessness of persons, and that is that the person lacking a self that is permanent, unitary, and independent. That's the sort of the commonly held meaning of the selflessness of persons, and then a more subtle, commonly held view is that is the lack of a person that is a self-sufficient, self-sufficient entity. That is seeing that a person there's a person that a self-sufficient person would be one that just exists without depending. It just arises within the five aggregates without being related to them. Just it's totally self-sufficient. So that's a more subtle view of what saying that there is no such self, such a self-sufficient self, then is this more subtle view of what is the selflessness of persons.
This one. Then that time they turned out to doing it dark way, Kansa Chushin Soda, Rangshingi Mede, Tendri in Beachers. Kansa Tame to Guara. Danashi Pumbuchu Sugi Pumbuchu, Rangshingi Mede, Tendri in Beachers, and Chugitame to Guara. Oh, that Chuk Angalicha Gurua. Chuk on the Kanyan Yatida Chushin, Rangwille Mede, Rangshingi Mede, Tenjin Revanjoa in Beachers. Oh, the Tangma de Mambushe, the Kanga Tisha. Tension del Mato di race around when it's units and the rebel in this university, Dr. Mambuch and the Castle. What the doctor says, Sigora. Tagben deep Kansa race, Tagbare. Team and Ribuche, Kansa around when you use in the Taka Grace, Zegiora. Teach any Ravio Marwa. Team Meduta Rangun and Meduase. Then it talk about some Shagodoa, Tension Rebel Jones, some Shagodoas about Tukiora. Yeah.
So when we talk about the reasoning or the reason of dependent arising, we say that take the subject person lacks intrinsic existence because of being a dependent arising, or that a phenomena, say like the aggregate of form, lacks intrinsic existence because of being a dependent arising. That all of the analyses that the previous verses have gone through is showing that when you try to when you search for a inherently existent or intrinsically existent or essentially existent self or phenomenon amongst its within its basis of designation or basis of imputation, that you can't come up with anything that is that thing that you're looking for, and so then what this is indicating is that things exist as dependent arisings. And so you can't come up with it because they are dependent arisings.
This time. Oh, that did it at Jabos. Tayango Mog Sulabgiora. Jebu Rawan Beba coach and get Debese. O Tina, Nobu Kanga, the Kudan Ken Lieutenant Kigri, Rawan Yomare, Kudan Kengi Shangi, shen gyujin guwaan ki jigirese di nganzu ke kelingi yose gora. Kelimbe, ani kebar che yose, kerangi kelingi do tenjin rebar jonsu, nganzu ke gyudan kenla teni chon yin, gyudan ken shenla temi goba Kurang Rama ki yungu maris di kelingi yose. Kyudan nganzu kebar ke midwa chikbar edwa sanasi gora. O kebar chi yu che naso, o di kebar yorese gora. Karesni kyugi tenjun Töchögi tön madogbe kebaro sida. Kerangi tenjin rebar jonwa residi shenla töne kiki yoba da shenla töne trupku yoba de tonda de abu hakku mendosi gara. O karesni shen la töche relne yoba shaku yona ni rangone korangi ngone rangle truba de yoma so yoba na shinji yiruwa inanda, yirumewa inanda, taa inanda kanga ngarangi yoyo saro, yoji ngwene su yobata yo ma resi gora. O kerangi gyudan kenla tochin rene chung, rangune yoyo sikido asi gora. Nganzu gyudan kenla tochin rene chung asonsa rangune me si gora. Tenchin rebarin chung tonda do yakbo, tenne keba yinsi na ya, tenne kebe tonda do yakbo che hama go ari, keranganzu di hakoni di she gora, di keba resi gora. Yeah.
So here in the next verse, the essentialists are coming back and saying, we too accept that effects are not independent, that meaning that effects depend upon causes and conditions. We got that one down. So what's the difference between us? Why, aren't we just saying, don't we accept the same thing? Then the Prasangika comes back and says, the difference is that you do not understand that dependent arising means mutual reliance. Here is what the translation says. I was trying to look as to what that exactly is, but in the Tibetan. But regardless, what Genla is saying here is that the difference is that you do not understand that dependent arising means that things lack existence from their own side. You say that that things arise dependently dependent upon their causes and conditions, but then you say that then therefore things are exist from their own side. We don't understand it like that. We understand that that you lack this perception of dependent arising that we have, where things, because they arise dependently, cannot exist from their own side, do not exist from their own side. Jason.
Mezoi, ya da düşe. Da şolga nişu tepşidir ya.
Nişu tepşidir.
O ya. O nişu tepşidir karşı dosuna. O tane. Tango bu kandeçi na ko rangi ngoni ji tuba. Rangule tuba de yoba mare sigora. Biswa. Ditene dire tangma de shiba dirandi. Vi tangma yige ngane tonje shiba dira. Oh, shiba ni teme tokbe goba tengido wa. Teme tokbe goba tembe dole tenjung rangshin ji tuba. Pakpa namji segi mares. Tenjung rebran junga rangun yoba de pakpa segi mares. Ene tongba ni rangun tuba tongba tokba la goba kares na kowa le tuba goba yores. Tonje ni shegido wa. Tina ne da tangbo tenjung rangshin ji tuba de pakpa namji segi mares ti shegido wa. Shulwa ni shtepshide.
So now we're moving to the I didn't quite catch it there, but the translation has this one part that I didn't read, which was the person and the aggregates do not exist inherently because they are dependent, because they arise dependently. It's the translator made that. That is the what do you say? I guess we can just use the syllogism that Genla was referring to. So then here, this next verse then is talking about, let's see, showing the need to understand the absence of true existence, and it has two parts. The first part here is inherently existent, dependent arising is not seen by the exalted or the noble beings or the superiors, and different translations for the word Arya. That's a
what is so? Oh yeah, tane diri da karsure. Oh, tension debar junga de phagba namgi masik bas phagba nyamsha ge tension debar junga rangshin ji truba de sigma res te shegdwa. Dan debu me ba rangobo ni kunla doa yue ma yin sigdwa. Debu ten don doa kang tene phaglam duba o se dere. Karsigdos na rangi kechen debu me ba rse. Debu me bar ngobo ni kunla doa yue ma yin sigde. Rangi kebar chawen debu me bar se kyula sigwara. Kyutele ya rangi kechen debu me bar ngobo ni kunla debu ten do sokba. Rangi kechen debu me na ine kyuto su sobu ne debu kewe tenda yo ma re sigdwa. Debu ten do sok. Sok shin duba doa yue ba ma yin la ase. Debu sokshin, kyuto su sokshin doonde, debu chi keku yorin. Debu kewa mena, kyut sokshin duba di kweba yo ma resi wara. Doa yoba mayin la. Rangshin ki truba ni, rangshin ki trubna ko takba rendu resi wara. Kyutan debu namsha yonya yo ma re. Rangshin ki truba ini rawan du truba ini shenla temme du chunga re. Shenla temme du chunga ini takba rendu wara. Rangshin ki truba ni takbe debu la teba mela rangshin ki trumne takba rendu re te tene debu di gyula ya teko ma resi wara. Debu la gyula teba mela. Debu tendo doa kain ba tene te kona ni te sonza debu tendo gyuto zo gyut sokpa ten debu tendo sonza ne gyutan debu nyega te rangwene truba te yungu yo ma resi wara. Te kona ni sikba pakwa namki nyamsha ke sikba le deba wo se rangwene truba tongba de gyutan debu kain ja rangwene truba tongba de pakwa namki nyamsha ke sigi yo resi sikba kungsum deba resi mbara. Ngobu rangshin meba ngunsum du sikba charo karesi na ngobu rangshin meba pakwa nyamsha shi ngunsum du sikba resi ngudwa. Ya, tindu bachitam.
Here the verse 349, the 24th verse, says, things do not assemble unless there is an effect. Aggregation for an effect is not included for the exalted. The commentary then says, since nothing is produced, essentially, since nothing is produced, essentially, things do not assemble and come together to produce an effect unless there is an effect to produce. But here this means that nothing comes together. All the causes and conditions don't assemble unless it's going to produce an effect, and so then coming together and not producing an effect would be purpose. There would be no purpose in things, and the causes and conditions coming together. So then, since anything inherently would be permanent, it could not rely on an effect. So if causes and conditions somehow existed inherently, or they would be permanent, and then they would never give. They would come together, but I mean, they would be there would be an aggregation, but it would never give an effect. So then, aggregation for the sake of an effect is not included within the perception of the exalted during meditative equipoise, which sees emptiness. Then it's saying that things coming together and for the sake of producing an effect is not, when a noble being is in meditative equipoise and emptiness, this does not at all is not at all perceived, because the exalted, the noble being is in meditative equipoise that directly perceives just the lack of the inherent existence of things.
비슷해. 야, 다들 쇼로가 니슈 쟁아 받으라. 대 가르셔도서나 전에 동이 똑배 거바데 셔거라. 동이 똑배 거바 가르서나 동이 똑배 코알로 저 그래서 디셔도. 전에 뭐부 간데르스나 뭐부 템버 짐베 녀모짱기 마릭바 세발레 코알로 간데스 되그래서나 뭐부 템버 짐베 녀모짱기 마릭바데 세고래서라. 뭐부 남가서 통하나시 유기문에 아니 다다 셴다 이동하다 이동명과 자다 년라 속바 유기문에 라완도 주바치 유 삼산 짐바티게서라 뭐부 템버 짐바데 녀모짱기 마릭바레스 테 녀모레서라 마릭바레 뭐부 남기 던다고네 되르기요 말에 노르니 친줄로도 삼게요레서라 오 데다비 템버 짐바 마릭바데 세소나 아니 코알레트도 그래서라 오 데다비 녀모짱기 마릭바데 세발이야 아니 가르콤 그래서나 대 랑신기 똥버 똑발라 라레 그래 최남 랑신기 랑외네 똥바 또수나 대 콤발레 때네 무슨도 또네네 녀모데 마릭바데 세도 그래서 디셰브도 쇼로가 니슈장아 바데 오 디셰람나
So this next and final verse of the chapter is release from it's explaining what the purpose of understanding emptiness is. It says, release from worldly existence is gained through understanding emptiness. So to liberate oneself from cyclic existence is the purpose of understanding emptiness. And here in the commentary it says, one gains release from cyclic existence when deluded ignorance here, which conceives things as truly existent ends. So when you understand that when you overcome the ignorance that misapprehends things as being truly existent or existing from their own side, then that is, through doing that, one is relieved. One overcomes what do you say? The root of all the afflictions. So this depends on. So when when we conceive things here as truly existent, means what do you say? Means seeing things as, means houses and cars and conceiving things as what do you say? Attractive or unattractive, and having and seeing this person as friend and that person as enemy, all of that ends when when the deluded ignorance is overcome. So then this depends on understanding the emptiness of inherent existence. So when you understand that, when you understand emptiness of inherent existence, then this eliminates that deluded ignorance. Deluded ignorance. Yomon Chen Ki Marikpa. Nowadays, instead of deluded ignorance, I think we say afflictive ignorance.
This way. No. Leave it away.
No.
No.
Don't do so.
Yeah. 당연히 쇼로 가들라고 해요다.
No.
시베 사베 남시 되세도. 시베 사베 뭐고 시바스나 라라 라와 메바르 도아리투도 풍부 라와 메바랑 풍부 라와 메바 도르고 바탈이야 코로아세거라. 녀와 이다도 도아리투도 풍부제 레다니 뭐 라와 메발랑 야디 도르야 라와 메바 샨다질랑 야디 도르도 수도코데 코로아세거라. 다 딜레바 디 사베인데 가르스나 디 사베인데 뭐뭐 템퍼레처 빈진디레스거라. 말아주 통화 tö바 강가 남주 통화 나신 인삼 tö바 나신 인삼 삼바 나신 인삼 삼대교라. 되게네 다답지나 남주 삼바 나신 코다이 니나니 이도와이나 이도메온바 이나다 다이나다 셴이나다 소소 삼바 나신 때바이 삼도라. 소소 삼바 가르 삼고라시네 나르지네 나 랑훈에 예삼 라왕 삼교라. 신에서 뒤에 라왕 신 삼교라. 자이나 라왕치, 니나 라왕치, 이도면 강가 랑은에 여버지 소소 통하나시. 오 비기 자인다 거야고 매야. 거기 어디 간지 쪽보야 야고야 삼. 통여라. 오 디나시 삼버디 아니 작당 녀모께 디왕게 레서 아니 로아르도 거기여라. 어쨌든 그 시베 사변데 가르스네 뭐 템버진베 남시데레스거라. 시베 사변 남시데스. 유남대주 소라 속베 유 속데테르레자 랑신 이동하면 다당행라 소바강가 고라게 유레스거라. 고라 유도 컨데저스네 그 나와나신 유지고네 여바데 오네 인삼제 템반징게어레스거라. 유남대주로스. 다 동반이 또도 가르스네 유라 랑신지 주베 다메바 통내네스거라. 유라 다메 통내네세. 시베사비 남시디게 유수그데르르 잘라 속바 다신레 속바 랑원에 여바 통하디스거라. 아니 통나신게 랑신 메바 또스나스거라. 유라 랑신지 주베 다메바 당니스그라 다세데 간사다 간사를 다세데 말에 유라 랑신지 주베 당니디 모데 메바 통내네스거라. 유라 다메 통내네 시베사비가 봐주르스. 또네 야네 양도 kom 무슨도 또 안테네 타르데네 시베사병 모든 가본도 그래서 거라. 된 가수네 타르바토 바래서 거라. 야.
Then here the verse reads as follows: the awareness that is the seed of existence. Here is talking, when it's talking about the existence, it's talking about cyclic existence or samsara, which means really helplessly, assuming a body amongst the, a body and mind of a being that's within one of the 6 realms of beings, and then having to again discard that body, and then assuming another body that is amongst one of those 6 types of beings. And so this whole process of assuming and discarding over and over and over again, we call that, and helplessly doing it, and that means not under your own power. You're under the power of something else. And what is it? It's that when it says awareness, it's talking about seeing things as being truly existent. You're accepting the way things seem to us, the way things appear to us, the way we think things are. You're just accepting the way that they appear because they appear to exist from their own side. You're then accepting, you're apprehending them. You're assenting to the appearance is another way of putting it, or you're misapprehending them, or you're grasping them as existing from their own side. And so then when it says has objects as its sphere of appearance, is talking about that what we're grasping as existing from its own side, or what we're misapprehending as existing from its own side, or what we're merely assenting to the way things appear to us, and that they're truly that way, then we see things, self and other, attractive or unattractive, as enemy and friend. All of these things we accept or assent to the way they appear, and hold on to them or grasp onto them as existing as that in that way, and so then based on seeing them as attractive, then and misapprehending them as existing from having an attractiveness that exists from its own side, then we generate attachment for them, and then based on seeing them as unattractive, having an unattractiveness that exists from their own side, then we have hostility for them. And so based on these afflictions of hostility and attachment, then we accumulate karmic actions, and then as a result of these karmic actions, then we're reborn again and again, over and over again in cyclic existence. So this whole when it says sphere of activity, then it's talking about that whole process. And so in the commentary it says that the next 2 lines then read that when selflessness is seen in objects, when you see that things lack this existence from their own side, then the seed of existence is destroyed, of cyclic existence is destroyed. The seed of worldly existence, if we read the commentary, is the conception that phenomena are truly existent. Objects such as form are its sphere of activity, and all the other objects that we mentioned. The seed of worldly existence is destroyed, and let's say the tamani,
Yule Damitone. This way. Yule Damitone said, oh, dear, you take them. Sibe Sabu Namshiti Rajerba. You nam de Jure Sera. And you to the Rangshinki Trube 다음에 뭐 통수나서 유를 다음에 통내서라 유도서 강가랑 신기주배 당니도 매바 통수나서라 대야는 양도 공부할 때네 ene sibe sabe namshidin gaandu gurese. O sibe sabe namshi marik badin gaasuna, ene chaknaan nyamu shanda kigyo mare. Tene tarba toga gyurese ra. Gyuros sheti batulab. Itene nyera trachumba seti lab gyushan lab sari dagi. Yeah.
Then, so then when the seed of worldly existence, here it says that when you see the seed of worldly existence, or this conception, misapprehension of things as existing from their own side or truly existent is destroyed, one attains liberation by seeing that these objects, or here it doesn't say persons, it says objects, lack an inherently existent self, and by gaining familiarity with this, you meditate on it again and again and again, and until it becomes, until you have, a direct, it's talking about the process of eventually seeing it selflessness directly.
Oh, da nyaran trachum badan sa geba tomne tenzin sebar pangba tobo sekdo. Nyendo trachum ba sedo nyendo yelamla shuni ene tangzin nyomo tenzin pangsona nyendo trachum ba segora. Trasu du nyomo de sha te pangsa du sane nyendo trachum ba se. Yang rangje lamla shuni tongbani komne o tene nyomo pangsona rangye trachum ba segora. Sa geba topsone chanju semba tekba chimbu lamla sa tangbu necha sa geba topsone ya nyomo pangi ore tenzin pangi ore rangune tuba zimba pangi ore o di topsone ya trachum ba re dugo re segora o tine ene tenzin sebar pangba toba re segora nyera trachum ba topsona ene karsura sa geba topsona tenzin yu rangune tuba zimba de sebar pangba de top re segora ta tunda. Yeah.
So this last sentence, and talking about when this happens, when you completely eliminate the conceptions of true existence, for a hearer, or here translated Shravaka as hearer, and then solitary realizer is the Pratyeka Buddha, and then the faux destroyer is we use the term Arhat. So a Shravaka or a Pratyeka Buddha Arhat then achieves the complete elimination of these misapprehension of true existence, and for the Bodhisattva, then it's on the 8th ground that the 8th level of the 10 levels of a Bodhisattva that they achieve this complete elimination of the misconceptions of true existence, or grasping at true existence, and this is on the 8th. Sorry, complete elimination. Then at the Bodhisattva at that 8th ground then is known as an Arhat. That's an Arhat level.
Madiso.
No,
Yeah, in Bechida. Tandir meba set you gira. Danger milito be keotas dik, Jebatsumba Burani Sungudwa. O danger milito be keotas. Devage Churchubala Delo Churchube Tunjin some gangi, Ini milu tomgengi kyo tesu sungudwa.
Mm-hmm.
Ludu yapse rigbe chendrane, gombu ludu ta, ini pakbala ta, loben dawa drabala sokba tesu ki tongba nye trubi rigbe che su drang nye sigwara.
Mm-hmm.
Ini tongba tinjun tondo tocha shese, rangu nye trubi tongba tochi ki rigba kare tenjin rebar junga. Rwa, rangu nye tongba seya di tenjin rebar junga tondo hakwa chi se. Tenjin rebar junga sonza ti tonda di rangu nye tongba yinba hakwa chi sigwara. Tongba tinjun tondo tocha shese. Teten trubla tsundu sumi sonsa. O tetabi tende ki kone tongba nyi ten, tene tongba nyi tokba shirab gyula kebe chido truba nyamlin la sumi tsunde tsun kukure shebe songdwa. Teten trubla tsundu sumi sonsa. Sushi ki me som namchu ten tenpa yana tsundu som kukure songdwa. O dowe tsiksu cheba osi. Tene nga zu rabji. O di zo sari chanju sembe nanju chube nambar sheba le. Ene nyingbu she chawa le tar zimba kaba gomba tenpa te rabdu cheba chushibe draba soswa. Ya ndiru.
Then the commentator writes a summarizing stanza here. All who have gained a free and fortunate human body means here having a human life of leisure and opportunity, where you have the 8 attributes of leisure and the 8 and the 10 attributes of opportunity, and so it means talking about a person who has that precious human life of leisure and opportunity. Then, following the reasoning of Nagarjuna and his son, following the reasoning of Nagarjuna and Aryadeva, then Nagarjuna's other disciples, then you should understand emptiness to mean dependent arising. That those who have this leisure and opportunity should understand emptiness by the reason of dependent arising. That if you're going to eliminate this, misconception or misapprehension of things as existing from their own side, then it has to be done through the reason of dependent arising. So if you're going to understand that they lack this existence from their own side, you have to do it through understanding dependent arising. And who would not make effort to achieve this end? And why would you not want to make such an effort? So this is the 14th chapter of the 400 stanzas on the middle way, showing how to meditate on the refutation of extreme conceptions. I think the title of the book is really the 400 stanzas on the yogic deeds. So, but nowadays it's translated on the 400 stanzas on the middle way. So, Drisa.
No. So now
we're on chapter 15.
Oh, then Duje get down Kaba combat ambassador. Duje Rangshin de Trubaka, and take Comgures, the Tangdoa.
Yeah, okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Duje Nam Rangune Trubakane, Titani Comba, Tamba Sigdoa. Oh, and then Duje Tseni Kawa, Jigba, never some yora. O te somebody Rangshin de Truba, Kakudwa, Telia, Tanzan Yeshe. Liu Shung She Liu Chandra. Da Dangbu Liu Shung She Batulia, Dinjung Rangshin Gi Kiawa Meba, Dinjung Rangshin Gi Kiawa Meba, Gume, Sudu Kebar Truba, Rangshin Gi Truba Kakun Jukdua, Ni Yongdua. Da Dangbu Dele Yan, Kare Sum Yongdua. Dinjung Rangshin Gi Kiawa Meba Truba, Suke, Kebar Truba Tulu Sumdua, Kiawa Rangshin Gi Truba Chiratu Kaba. Kinji Nesum Rangshin Gi Truba, Chirkaba, Geshe Rangshin Truba Chirkaba. Da Tinane Tambu Rangshin Gi Truba Chiratu Kaba Langi, Kebar Sheba Tuantuacha, Kebar Sheba Tulu Yangandua, Yume Kewa Tane Kaba, Tonda Parsung the Tane Kaba, Rangshin Nila Tane Kaba, Rimda Chichel Tane Kaba, Tusung the Tane Kaba. Da Tinane Yume Kewa La Tane Kaba Tulu Yang Shiyungdua. Yume Kengo Ki Tenzi Te Tsu Truba, Kewe Tula Taba Kaba, Tala Kaba, Rangshin Rami Tan Shangi Jiton Tan Kaba. That the subject of the Chirops Shilakudwa. Tambu Yume Kengo Ki Kaba Tulia, Duce Rangshin Ki Yude, or the Dinama, and the Sholoka Tambu Yungudwa. Tiba the subject of Robs Chilabna, Lakudwa. And degree to the sound of yeah.
So here, this chapter is on refuting the inherent existence of, inherent existence, or that products exist from their own side. And the title given here is refuting truly existent characteristics or defining characteristics. Here, so then it's more specifically, it's refuting the inherent existence of the defining characteristics of products being production, duration, and disintegration. So you're refuting production, duration, and disintegration. That are the characteristics or defining characteristics of a product. So it is divided into two parts. One is just extensively establishing dependent arisings, which are not inherently produced as existing in the manner of a magician's illusions, and then concluding summary of the reputations of inherent existence. But so those two parts, then the first part is divided into three parts, where you have the specific refutation of inherent production, and then the general refutation of inherently existent production, duration, and disintegration, and then refuting that which is the process of being produced. Refuting that what is in the process of being produced is being produced inherently. And so then you, within that extensive establishing of dependent arisings, then you have the specific refutation of inherent production, or production from its own side, and that specific refutation has an extensive explanation, and then finally we that the extensive refutation has a number of parts here, five parts, and then we're on the refutation that examining whether that which exists or does not exist is produced, and in this examining of whether that which exists and does not exist is produced is divided into it has four parts, and so the first four verses are covered with these four parts, and the first part is reason refuting production of that which exists and does not exist. That's verse 351. So we started it because of the Satya de Gotu. So we'll just leave it that the outline, going through the outline, then has given us a start for this 15th chapter.